I am Paul Gilmartin with my guest Eric Zimmer. And this is the Mental Illness Happy Hour. A place for honesty about all the bullshit. Every last ounce of it, ounce of it, ounce of it, ounce of it, ounce of it.
I really like that you take something as nebulous as spirituality, which it's so rarely, it seems, is it talked about in a way of where does the rubber meet the road? I think for a lot of people who were raised in organized religion, it's about dressing up and worshiping. And then once you leave the church, not much practical advice on, well, how do you make your life better? How do you find peace? So let's talk about your story. You were addicted to heroin. You were homeless. Sounds like that might have been the bottom.
Yeah, that was the sort of last bottom. As we know, we can hit a bunch of them and bounce off.
Yes.
That was the one that got me sober. Yeah, at 24, I had a fairly low bottom. As you said, I was homeless. I was a heroin addict. I was looking at going to jail for a long time. I weighed 100 pounds. I had hepatitis C. I was in bad shape. I was in trouble from, as early as I can remember. By the time I was like 10 years old, I was a chronic shoplifter. I had taught my 6-year-old brother how to steal. I just was always in trouble. I think because it made me feel alive, I think I probably, if I had to venture a theory, is that I had worked so hard to repress my emotions because they simply were not safe or allowed, that even then, stealing was the only thing that made me, getting that adrenaline rush was the only thing that made me feel kind of alive.
People that don't deal with addiction, I think a lot of times they misunderstand whether it's shoplifting or something else. They're kind of baffled by, it's wrong. It's making your life worse. Why don't you stop? And I've quoted him 1,000 times on the podcast, but Andrew Solomon said the opposite of depression isn't happiness, it's vitality. And you talked about that feeling of wanting to feel alive.
Yep.
And sometimes I trying to describe it to somebody who's never battled an addiction it's as if you are dying of thirst in a desert and this act or drug is a bottle of water.
Yeah, it's the why would you not take something that was the first time you felt more good,
Excited about life.
Yeah. And I often think about we can paint addiction as something, as an escape. You're trying to escape painful memories is often a thought. That really wasn't what it was for me. That was what made the world come alive. I think it was the movie Days of Wine and Roses, where one of the characters is describing, and he says the world is black and white to me, and then I drink and all the colors come on.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Demons be gone.